Hey guys, welcome back. Wanted to kick off a new series of throwback game reviews where I kind of cover some of my favorites from the past. With the launch of Halo 3 on PC this week, I thought it'd be a perfect time to get that started and celebrate the launch of this game on a new platform, hopefully reaching players that it never had before and that they get to experience one of, if not one of the best shooter of all time, in my opinion. Yeah, I said it. Best of all time. So with no further ado, let's jump right in. I remember back in 2007, September, when this game launched, picking it up from GameStop, my collector's edition, including the wonderful Master Chief helmet. Came in a big old box. I remember picking it up with my buddies after school on the way home. I would say Halo literally became our go-to game. Friday nights, we would play Halo, we'd get online, we'd grind some matches, and it was such a great time. And it brings back a lot of great memories for me, hanging out with my friends. It reminds me of those days back in high school when you're a little more carefree and worry-free than when you grow up and become an adult and have responsibilities. There's two elements to the game I wanted to cover. Campaign being the first one. The campaign was excellent, good mission structure, good depth of story, as all the Bungie games have had. It took you from being back on Earth, crash landing, going through the forests of New Mombasa, and getting to the Ark installation where the Halos were made, and sort of ending the whole thing, destroying the Ark, destroying the new installation 04, the replacement for the original Halo ring from the Halo game from the original Xbox. You save Cortana, you end the Covenant War. It's a whole slew of fun. One thing that was really cool is when you played co-op with your friends, rather than there just being 4 Master Chiefs running around, each player actually got their own character to play. The second player would get the Arbiter, who joined up with Chief in Halo 2, and then the other 2 players would get sort of random elites, but they did actually have a backstory. They were elite generals and admirals, and they were there to, help fight back against the Covenant and against the Brutes, and ultimately the Flood as well, which makes it to Earth in Amber Clad. Opens up a whole nother can of worms of the Flood potentially infecting Earth, and luckily the Covenant and their ships are there to help stop that. So it's a great storyline. The last mission, much like the final mission of the original Halo game, you're driving along these platforms, things are blowing up around you, you crash into the ship. Unfortunately, Chief does not make it through, and if you do watch the legendary ending, spoiler alert, it's been 13 years, so don't come at me. He gets frozen and left to be awoken at some point later. So it was a bit of an open-ended game, which was kind of strange because Bungie moved on to do Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach, never came back, and ultimately moved on to Destiny. And so you never really thought we were going to get a Halo sequel until 343 announced Halo 4 sometime later, and that's a whole nother can of worms that I don't want to open. But it was sort of weird having an ending, but not an ending for the storyline. But it concluded it satisfactorily. Chief saved the day. The war with the Covenant was over. Humanity was safe. It was a really great ending to a trio of games. It's one of the great pillar trilogies of gaming history. Multiplayer is where I spent most of my time playing this game. As I mentioned, my buddies and I would just play games on Friday night. It was our hangout thing to do. Over 34 days of in-game time, 76,000 multiplayer kills, and about 6,500 matches or so. So I played the heck out of this game. Maybe I should have tried to get in a competition. It never was in the cards for me, and who knows, would have taken me on a different path in life. But here we are, and I look back fondly on the time that I spent playing this game. It was a whole hell of a lot of fun. I wouldn't change it for anything. In fact, planning on jumping on MCC, Halo Master Chief Collection, at some point and grinding some games. Unfortunately, all of my buddies aren't as Halo prone as I am, but Halo was always kind of my first love of gaming, and I definitely want to try and get back into that more, especially now that it's available on a new platform, higher refresh rates, and everything that goes along with that. One kind of interesting thing that I figured out when I was researching for this video, if you go to halowaypoint.com, you can actually pull up your stats. You can pull these stats up going all the way back to Halo 2, not quite as in-depth as the old BNet, but when I did a quick Google search, up till 2012, Bungie.net has actually preserved all of those stats that they had. So if you really want to have a nostalgic moment pull up the old BNet, scroll through the stats there on the site. It's available to you, which was something I thought was really cool, really classy of Bungie. Despite separating from Microsoft, they could have trashed all that data. They don't have to keep it live on their website, but showing a little bit of their history and a little bit of their care for the Halo community. And I thought it was really cool that that's still live on there. So check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below, or you can go search for your gamer tag and check out your stats. So to kind of wrap it up, again, we're going to give the campaign, I'll actually give the campaign a 9 out of 10. It has its issues with its storyline, and there's a few slow parts, but it certainly was a great wrap up to the first 3 games in this trilogy that's developed into a saga, but it really tied that up nicely. And multiplayer, I give a 10 out of 10. Absolutely love the mechanics, love the balancing. It you know, you go back and you play it now, it feels a little slow by today's standards with all the games with sprint, and especially Fortnite and the building and everything that goes along with it. But you know, playing Halo was what you did. It was the Fortnite of the late 2000s, and it was really a great time to play games. It was the first game for me that I had, you know, DSL internet to play online. Halo 2, I had dial-up, wasn't able to play online matches until the very end, right before Halo 3 came out. And so Halo 3 was really the game that I got into online gaming with and really just started playing the heck out of it, and had a ton of fun. I really hope you guys have fun with Halo 3 on the Master Chief Collection that's just released on PC, and just wanted to kind of celebrate that and give a little callback and have a little bit of nostalgia. You know, grabbing my Chief head, it's been up on top of my shelf there for many months. It's kind of nice to pull it off, and you know, it can see it's still holding my Halo 2, my original Xbox Halo 1, and my my Halo 3 copies of the disc versions of those. Nice and safe in Chief, always on watch. So it's been fun, a little bit nostalgic. Hope you guys had fun going down memory lane with me and thinking about what you were doing at that point in time. So as a reminder, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Twitch around 9 p.m. Mountain Time. Please come by, hang out, let me know what you think of Halo 3. I may be playing it here over the next few weeks. Leave a comment below, let me know where you were, what you were doing when Halo 3 came out, what are your memories of it. I'd love to hear your guys' stories. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate the support. Leave a like. Anyways, that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you had fun. This walk down memory lane, I had a lot of fun thinking about it, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.